Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy P Funk. Thinking right out here in my lab, and I'm back in the now value contribution to civilization. Boy, I remember this book when I was reading it. It was making me like a rebel. So there's some good stuff in here. We about to talk about the 42 declarations of innocence, and I'm gonna break down, explain the bar in the car. Good lesson. Let's go. I'm teaching now. Class is about to go in session. Let's roll. Rightism, 25 rule to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lesson. You tune in and receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I ask the question: do you know you? You will when I get through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And two, my yacht be true. Speaking of my girl, this is a perfect segue. I'm gonna do the bar breakdown for you right quick. And this is my thing. This is my teacher area here. This is the car. This is the mirror image of your bar. This is the spirit, and this is the consciousness. Spirit and matter coming together as one. You got to become conscious. That's what they're trying to explain to you. I'm going to break it down as best I could to you again. Let's talk about it. I just showed you a picture of what they call the bar and the car. They were considered two primary aspects of what? Aspect of the soul which exists where? Within man. Again, this is all internal. Pay attention. The bar was represented by what? Represented by the bearded head of a man on the body of the falcon. Remember, the falcon-headed god is Ra and Haru. Okay, they tell you your bar is Haru, the spirit that's in me and you. Again, that's the symbol of it. They telling a story through pictogram, and then they're gonna break it down so you can understand. Hopefully, get the esoteric meaning. There's a hidden meaning here. That's what I break doing for you. Hopefully, that's what I'm doing. It symbolizes what? The world, soul, and man. Okay, or I just said the spirit that's in me and you, which exists within man, and the universe. God's spirit permeates throughout the world. They had this already figured out. Let's go. But the bird's body, the falcon, it represents the soul's ability to what? Move between heaven and earth. It is what we call the life-giving power, serpent power, kundalini power, all that. And the nature, to nurture. And the death comes to what? This thing right here, the physical body. But when the breath, aka Ba, exists forever, it can't die. So the spirit that's in the physical body don't die with the body. I've been telling you that for the longest. Now, the Ka is the mirror image of the Ba. The Ka is represented by two arms. When you play football, okay, touchdown. When you make it over the threshold out of this next to the next one, you touching down. He giving you praise. He raises his arms saying, yeah, you're welcome. What's this? And the arms held up at 90-degree angles, and they symbolize is what? Animation forces within the body is physical. The Ka is the mirror of the Ba. The Ka is also seen containing all the powers of creation and is an activator of what we call cosmic powers that you have. Luke used the force. Green Star Wars called it the force, okay? But a person's car determine their inherited and their personal character as well as their destiny. Remember, all our destinies is go back to the maker. You just have to realize that. And the only way that can happen is you. When you realize that, what's this? On a high level, the car represents spiritual free will. Okay? To do and act and be your best self. But on a lower level, the human aspect, it represents the fetters. Remember that? Problems you brought on yourself. In human form, the ego is full of fetters. You have the lower level fetters that binds one's physical being to earth. If you persist in living in the physical world, you persist in living in your lower nature, you will keep coming back here and reincarnating. Why? Because you can't go to heaven with that egoistic concept. That's why we've been trying to tell you that forever. But everybody dresses up different clothing, but the same philosophy. Well, you got to live right, do right, and show respect to a higher power. Okay? That's called the worship gene. We got to, when you figure out the spirit, realize it ain't the body. Well, who am I? When am I? Ding, 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 ding. It's all mental. It's up here. God dwells up here. The temple not built with human hands. But your lower nature also reveals your fetid lifestyle that bonds you to this physical earth. Everybody who loves materialistic stuff, I keep pointing back there, will stay here. Your soul becomes, when your soul, listen right there, this is us. When your soul becomes enlightened, that's when it is what? Liberated by what? Your body and your car. This concept has been incorporated into aspects of Islamic belief, which have come to the view that what? Kaaba, they flipped it. The Kaaba, physical and spirit, in Mecca as what? Their most sacred shrine in Islamic faith. They think that much of that to make it their sacred shrine. I don't really subscribe to that, but that's their philosophy. Again, religious views is their own. They pick and choose what they like and they hold you accountable for. Let's talk about the original accountability, where we know the statements uttered by the deceased as they stood before the Necharu, which is Asar, the God, who called the declarations of innocence or admonitions of Maya. My girl, there you go. You know I love that Maya. These were the 42 laws. I point over there, I got it posted on the wall, which a person has had to live by his life and the standard by which would be measured at what? At the time of death, aka judgment. The physical body dies. Now the spirit has to be judged to see is it worthy to go to heaven or go find another body or get devoured. Your conscience get devoured by Amen. They are referred to as buds in translation. The guy who translated the Book of the Dead. That's the wrong concept. It was right in meaning how they got it. They found it in the grave sites that they robbed. Okay, found books of the dead. The people who wrote them was dead. It was in their graves. But they really was ideas and concepts while they was alive, preparing for death. The thing they had to do, and they helped practice the 42 confessions, negative confessions that are listed as below. I'm just going to run through it right quick. I'm going to make that a whole lesson. I got some more stuff for you. We about to get into some confrontation stuff with Moses and the religious concept with Jesus too. I'm about to Christian. This is the book that made me a militant to y'all guys. I was really not nice, so this time I'm gonna be nice this go around because I got my understanding. I'm not gonna beat you over the head. I'm just gonna hit you with facts and let you do the rest. Number one, verse 42. I have not done iniquities. Nothing wrong. Oh, you perfect? No, I just haven't done the wrong thing. I know right from wrong. When you know right from wrong, you're going to do what's right. And that's what I do. Simple. I have not robbed with violence. Strong arm. Back today, I did that. I have not stolen. I can't stand a thief. Well, I can't say. Because they say if you steal, you'll lie. You steal, lie, you'll kill. So that whole thing has a process that plays out. So if you do one, the other ones ain't far behind. Okay, but these are the things you want to avoid. And you're speaking for yourself. I love this because all of it says Nukpu, mean I have. I have not done murder. I have not done no harm to others. Okay, that's number 5. Number 4. Number 5, I have not defrauded offerings. Okay, being honest. I have not plundered the nature. Again, being sincere to God, not using his name in vain. Y'all say, don't you know, we talk about him plunder. I ain't using his name in vain. I have not spoken lies. I tell you, if you steal, you lie. And you kill. All 3 of those you cannot be privy to. Why? They're all bad things. I have not snatched away food. Fair dealing with everybody. When I was a drug dealer, I was fair. Well, I ain't trying to rob you. I'm just trying to make a deal. Okay, fair. I get my money for the price I tell you. You get the goods from me. And that's how business is done. So I never took away, snatched away food, made bad deals. I have not caused pain. I ain't that type of person. If you take pleasure in hurting other people, you ain't a good dude. I have not committed fornication. If you're married, if you're in a committed relationship, if you go outside your marriage relationship, then you can't make that statement. They changed a few of them, so I ain't gonna go there right now, but I'm gonna get through this now. I have not caused shedding of tears. I haven't broken nobody's heart. I have not put nobody through agony or suffering through my actions. I have not dealt deceitfully, honest and fair dealing. I'm gonna tell the truth, I'm transparent. If I gotta lie, I can't deal with you. Simple. I have not transgressed. Certain things I'm not going to do, and I agree. I have not acted guilefully. I don't go around mimicking and acting like I'm somebody other than who I am. I have not laid waste to the plowed land. That's an ancient concept. We got to change that one because I am the farmer, so I don't do that. But then again, I feed chickens and cats. So I'm like old McDonald sometimes. All right. But I have not been an eavesdropper. I don't care about people's business. I don't do gossip. If we talk on the phone, we talking about life, we talking about God, we talking about inspiration, motivation, good stuff. I don't do the he say, she say, who shot John gossip nonsense. So I don't do much talking. I don't do the eavesdropping, could care less. I don't like the phone hustle either. Okay. I don't want to hear nobody's conversation on the phone. I put the headphones on. I have not set my lips in motion against any man. If I'm talking about you, and I do every day, I'm only speaking from observation. Let me know when I'm lying. Again, I have not lied on any man that I speak about. Okay, if I talk about you, I got reason to. Moving on. And let me know, again, when I'm lying. And man to man, I can tell you the truth to your face. I have not been angry. I can't claim that one. And wrathful, except for just... There we go. If I'm ranting, it's the reason why I'm ranting. And again, everything is probable cause and effect. I'm just, sometimes you don't see the cause, but you get the effect. So understand that. But number 20, I have not defiled the wife of another man. He couldn't say that. He couldn't say that. I can say that. See the difference? See the difference? Big difference. Okay, that's when I got to this 20 years ago, I wasn't in the ballpark either, but you changed and you better yourself. With this, you hold yourself accountable to do what you need to do for yourself. And that's what I did. That's all I did. I don't tell nobody nothing that I haven't done. I don't teach nothing that I haven't experienced. Again, because of this. And I have not defiled another man's wife. You can say that twice. Okay, so now you make sure you get that point across. I don't do that. Sleep with another man. No, I don't do that. Again, I have not defiled another man's wife. I have not defiled the wife of any man. Again, repeat it. I have not polluted myself. I don't do drugs no more. I don't do that. No, I used to take acid, drugs, everything they had on the market. I was a drug dealer. I was in the drug game. So I no longer do those things. They still out there. I just don't do them. The drug game didn't stop. Whatever who was doing when I was out there didn't stop. When I went to prison, I found that out the old-fashioned way. People didn't stop getting high because you wasn't selling it. They went find somebody else. But you was the man. You was their man. Remember that? You was the man. You my man. This is my man. This is my man. Everybody got a man. I was everybody's man. Yeah, I had the goods. Now, nobody messing with me. I got the goods from a different aspect. They don't want them goods. They want the other stuff. All right, but I have not polluted myself with drugs. I don't do that. I have not caused terror. I ain't into that getting back. I let people who mistreat me, let them go, let them deal with it some other way. I've learned that lesson. I have not transgressed. Repeat that again twice. I have not done stupid stuff. I have not burned with rage. I get upset. I get annoyed. I'm learning how to control it where I don't react and do stuff out of that mode. I got control of my emotions. People say, man, you ain't got, no, I got emotions. They like everybody else. I just know how to control them. Unlike a lot of people. If more people know how to control their emotions, we'd be in a better situation all the way across the board. Moving on. I just do what I do. I have not stopped my ears against the words of right and truth, aka I practice my art. No matter how smart I am, how much mastery I have of my craft and my philosophy, I'm always open to learning more. Why? I'm a student in life. That's what that tells you. I'm still a student in life. I'm learning every day. I get something I learn every day. Why? I'm studying, paying attention. I'm observing. So I'm learning. Simple. Why? I choose to. Some people just don't care. That's their choice. You're entitled to your choice. But live with the consequences of your choice. The fetters, those come with the choice when you make bad ones. Moving on. You did it, so deal with it. You made that bed, you sleep in it. I have not worked grief. I ain't into trying to cause nobody no problem, no issues. I ain't arguing. I don't do none of that. Okay? I let be. I have not acted with insolence. I don't get out of pocket. I don't complain on a bunch of nonsense. Okay, I handle myself accordingly. I have not stirred up strife. Again, I ain't that dude. I can't say that about the past, but today I'm that dude. I don't do that. I have not judged hastily. If I'm talking about you, I'm not judging you. I'm being observant and telling you about you. And we'll tell you to your face. Ain't like I'm saying something I want to say to you. Ain't nothing I said here about anybody I want to say to their face. But he ain't here to respond. But he wasn't no different. Again, and there's my dad. I talked about my mom. She's still here. She got answered. We laughed, had a good laugh. I said, listen, when I found God, my pastor was already there. I said, if I'd have got there and found my man, I'd have said, uh-oh, Scooby-Doo, what? I'm in the wrong place. I know where he went. So she said, boy, you crazy. I said, no, I'm just keeping it real. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't pull punches. No, I'm going straight at you. I don't care. The Bob gun, I'm shooting you. Why? The truth. I don't care how you deal with it. Moving on. That's just life, how I live. Moving on. And I don't judge nobody. Understand that. I call it what I see it. That ain't judging, okay? I have not been an eavesdropper. Did that twice. I have not multiplied words exceedingly. I don't brag about myself. That ain't what I'm here to do. Y'all could care us about good, bad, and different with me. I noticed that. But I try to give you life lessons, stuff that I understand, that experience that I can pass on. Hopefully somebody can use it. That's it. It ain't bragging. I talk about my past. That's bad. I point to him. That's bad. Hello? Ain't nothing good about them. Wasn't nothing good about them. It wasn't good. So when I use that, I'm expressing bad. Trust me. All right. And I have not done neither harm nor ill will to anyone. I have never cursed the king. If that was the president, I said, I can't name that one. Why? I'm cussing him every day. So, but we in a democracy, so this ain't the kingship back in the day like it was back then. All right. But I have never foiled the water. Back ancient times, the Nile River was the source for their drinking, using, and it was forbid to pee in the Nile River. I love that one. Okay, they secret. Yeah, that's how they thought. You can't. But in Mexico, y'all beer is what downstream somebody's peeing. What they say. All right, just a little jokey joke there. I mean, get this out the way. I have not spoken scornfully. I don't rag on other people. Not to disrespect the credit, but I tell you what I see about them. I have to give you every now and then what I think about them, but what I see. I can make my own opinion. That's just mine. I have never cursed the Nature, aka God. I'm a God man. Okay, I just do it, and He give me the opportunity to serve Him my way. So I'm not running my head all holier than thou, professing to be this and no. I ain't got time for that nonsense. But I teach you how to what. Earn your own blessings. By what? Living right. That's all I do. Moving on. And I share that with you. That's what I do. For you. I have never stolen. No, I can't say that. Since I've been president, I don't steal. Don't steal. I can use that now. But remember, I'm still in that mindset. This wasn't even on our agenda. Moving on. And we be doing the reverse. I have. What? Everything. I done this. I have. Everything on here besides the murder and a few other things. We have. Together. I know. Yeah, calm down. I get caught up in that sometimes. Yeah, I remember them days. I have not plundered the offerings to the blessed dead. That's grave robbing. That's what he said. No, I wouldn't do that. I'm still pissed that I put my straw hat, my little money, some dice, deck of cards, selling them off. Again, that mindset, when my man died, I wasn't enlightened. I was just as dumb and gullible. And I did that same nonsense. But again, from my understanding, that's my level of my understanding. I can't argue that, but that's what I'm telling you. I was simply to do what the hell was you thinking? I wasn't. Emotion. Bad leaders. Perfect example. Bad leaders. Your emotions should not lead you. Why? You're not going to do stuff that you're going to feel pretty good about. You're going to regret that stuff. All right, that's one perfect example. Let me wrap it up. I'm at 40. I have not fletched the food of the infants. Don't take nothing from the young. Neither have I sinned against the nature of my native town. I mean, every God from Thebes, Waset, and Heliopolis had different God. Amun, Ra, Ptah. Ptah was in Memphis, and Amun was in Thebes. Then you had Ra and Anu. Heliopolis, excuse me. But yeah, they had all different gods, and they had to respect each one. They didn't, well, hey, my God better than your God. My God, the most high God. We had three of them in one. Can you beat that? Moving on. Taking it in. Appreciate you tuning in. Oh, we're about to hit Moses. I'm about to get a little feisty in a minute. But this is all stuff that I've learned, and I got a chance to reiterate. I'm bringing it back. I'm teaching now. Let's go. I have not slaughtered with evil intent the cattle of the nature. Every year during the festival, they had the Apis bull. They would feed him and take care of him, and they had a big festival for him about him again. But that's the whole 42 confessions. And now, this is what we headed to. I'm gonna give you a little dose. Let me do the segue. Being conservative and estimates that the 42 declarations I just read to you of 42 confessions of Maat were written consecutively, or they were trying to just, I'm using their term, 1,500 years before the writing of the Ten Commandments. So we had a 1,500 year disparity between the two. And I'm about to give you 10 commandments compared to, I just gave you the 42 declarations from Maat. I did that to segue to this, so this is leading right into where I'm going. I'm going to take a few minutes here, then I'm going to shut it down and reopen up. I'm talking about Moses, the story. Good stuff. But right now, let's talk about the comparison, since Moses, they call him the lawgiver. And lots of stuff they say about Moses, I don't agree with a lot of it, but let's just go. Now, they're going to compare the commandment. By comparing the two documents, one will find striking comparisons. You just heard me read the 42. Okay, I have not made it real simple. But the following list reflects the numbering most commonly used in the English language reference to the Ten Commandments, and those which are similar to the 42 declarations are highlighted by parentheses, but the numbers on the side in parentheses is the number of the declaration or the 42. Okay? What they're saying is, let's start off with the Christians, Christ, Moses, lawgiver, and this is what they got a picture of Moses. Okay. That's like a black man to you? Do he look black? First of all, do he look black? How you going to be in Egypt and living in Pharaoh's house and not be one of them? Moving on, that's just one. I'm going to just throw him out there. I'm not going to beat y'all up. I had to wear y'all out. I had to beat y'all down. Again, I ain't here to do that. I'm here to teach. So let me try to teach and hopefully get you understanding. I'm not here to rag on you. I'm just here to just teach. Again, this is all philosophical concepts, theological concepts. Y'all just think it's real. Let me tell you before we start, it's not. Even Moses. I am the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not have no other gods before me. That's what Moses said, that God said to him up on Mount Sinai. Okay? In the scroll, boom! He took the lightning down and wrote it in the stone. Remember that old theatric? Cecil B. DeMille's had y'all all messed up. Y'all still messed up about that. Y'all just can't get that out. See, a man knew that once you get the mind focused on something, it's hard to get it out. As I said, if a person who, knows not and believe they know, you got to leave them alone. Why? Because this already stands in the brain. So that belief thing is why it's this. Now, he told Moses that. The 41st declaration, it says, I have not fixed the food of the infant, neither have I sinned against the nature of my native town. He knew that there was other gods in other towns that respected, so he wanted top billing. I am the one. Sound like an ego tripping guy to me. I'm just saying, but that's the 41st confession that we confess. And Moses told him, God said, there should be no other gods before me. Okay, that would be Amon. Why? I'm the reason to God. Everything else comes out of me and behind me, or the nature. We call it the nature root. All right, but number 2, I'm going to get this out the way because I got another. I can't wait to get into this. This is about to be fun for me, but not like for other people. Number 2, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven images. Our image of God was a stick, like a flag. Remember that? I gave you that breakdown? Symbolism. Everything was symbolical, and we did that. And that one, there is no parentheses, okay? God didn't say that to us. We already knew that. Number 3, thou shalt not take the name of the Lord in vain. Well, number 7, the 42 confessions, you got number 7, 37, and 41. 7 says, I have not plundered the nature. 37 says, I have never cursed the nature. So we use your name in vain. We had understanding. We respect your name. Like Birdman, put some respect on his name. God telling you, put some respect on my name against the other God. All right. That don't sound like God material. That sounds like some egotistical, competitive numbnuts. Sorry, but that's just my take on that one. Thou shalt not use my name. Okay, we done showed you we don't do that. Okay, number 4. Let me get this out the way. That's too funny. Remember the Sabbath day. Keep it holy. Says who? And for the Christians, one of y'all messed up. If y'all religious, biblical people go by this Bible and what he's saying, I guess that's just the Jews, because the Jews keep Saturday as the Sabbath day, the holy day. Christians took Constantine's logic and celebrated on what? Sunday. Sun worship. Okay? The Jews were moon worshippers. They worship at night, the moon god, not the sun god. Okay? Why do you think they wear black in the dark at night? That black be killing them in the daytime, so they can't be out in the field with that black and white on. But their whole concept was keep the Sabbath day. Who said that? God. Okay. What's the Sabbath day? Is it Saturday or is it Sunday? One of us ain't playing fair. If I say this and you say that, it can't be both. So one of us gonna be wrong. Unless we on the same wavelength, then that's cool. But other than that, one of us gonna be right, one of us gonna be wrong. Moving on. Just putting it out there again. I'm not here to cast aspersions, just teach it. And there's no number for that one. Why? We didn't we way past that. Okay. We knew the 5 from the 360, the 5 days was economical days, which is worship of what? The birth of the gods, the 5 gods. Another story, another concept. But the Bible, Moses would know that. I didn't get to that yet. I'm about to bust Moses upside the head. So y'all, if y'all Moses lovers, I'm about to beat you down. I'm about to rat-a-tat-tat on his head. Honor thy father and thy mother. Okay. And your life will be long. Okay. Number 1, I have not done iniquity. I don't do certain things. I haven't done certain things. I do worry about my mother and my father. I had to answer to them. So wilding out wasn't part of my lifestyle. Number 12, it says here, I have not caused shedding of tears. Okay. I ain't broke my mom's heart. I ain't put her in a negative position. 28 says, I have not acted with insolence. I have not done nonsense. When a kid acts out, the parents are responsible. Remember them days, you broke a window, your father got to go read Embarrass the man for his money, for the window. Why? He's your responsibility. That's why you're his responsibility. He's responsible for you. And once he pay that bill, he'll kick your ass. Why? He'll teach you not to do it again. Those are life lessons. It's called discipline. Okay, if I have to pay the cost, you're gonna pay the cost too. And every time I put myself in that position, he handled his business. Mom wasn't far behind because she did the same thing her way. So I got it from both sides. Yeah, I grew up my slap this way, slap that way. All right, here we go. So number 6, it says, thou, and if you don't honor thy father and thy mother, your life will be cut short. Why? Because death to you. If my kid ran up at me, I'm killing him. I watched my old man about to kill my brother for what? For jumping on him for his birthday, think it was fun. Man, that pissed him off. He wouldn't got his gun. My mother said, wait, there's your kid. I don't give a see, that ego, that emotion, that thing get wound up the wrong way, get out the way. Moving on to get that lesson about the meditation in the mind. But it says here, number 6, thou shalt not kill. Number 4, I have done no murder. I have done no harm. Okay. But now, they keep equating this with the 42 confessions. And I'm going to show you when we do the Moses stuff, oh, Lord, look at the clock. Let me get this out the way. And it says here, number 7, thou shalt not commit adultery. Number 11, 20, and 21 covers that. 11, I have not committed fornication. 20, I have not defiled the wife of any man. 21, 21, I have not defiled the wife of any man. Again, so nice, I got to say it twice. Double up on the I have not done defiled to somebody else's wife. Number 8, thou shalt not steal. There's a whole bunch of that. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. There's a whole bunch of stuff not to be stealing, so we ain't getting to that one. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Lying. Stop lying on people and judging people. Let's see what that is here. Number 9, 8, it says here, I have not spoken lie. Hello, stop the lie. That's the first thing. Number 13, I have not dealt deceitfully. Again, being honest. Stop the lying. Number 18, it says, I have not set my lips in motion against any man. Again, more lying. These all indicate that we already had this stuff laid out. Wait a minute. 29, I have not stirred up strife. I got one more. I ain't done. Number 10, this is bringing it home. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house or wife. We need to be told that, but we got that too. 13 says what? I have not dealt deceitfully. Okay? Sneaking behind the husband, he go out, come in the back door. We call him Jody. Okay? I know guys who would sleep with their best friend's wife. Girlfriend, didn't make a difference. What kind of person does that? Moving on, there's some putting out there. That's just a bad person. Yeah, bad person. No, bad. That's just bad. That's wrong. And for what? For pleasures of the flesh. That's what they love for. Okay, he lived for that. Now, number 20. 20 says, I have not defiled. Here we go back again. You don't do those things. 21, same thing. You do it twice. Wow, they stay together. Remember that double up. 29, wrapping it up. 29 says, I have not stirred up strife. Again, cause problems in someone else's life with your nonsense. 33, I have not done neither harm or ill will. Again, invoking my nonsense on somebody else, bringing somebody else into your situation. If you and your mate have an issue, y'all should take care of that issue. Once you invite a third party, now you're going to have judgment. Or outside, y'all should take care of that inside. That's a lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. But my goal is to be teaching a concept. Hope you got the difference. Because all you religious people, here I come. I got receipts that y'all call it now. I called them proof back then. Now I'm not here to beat you up. I'm just here to enlighten and closing. Right thinkers, man. You all there to be 100. 100 miles a day. So I never know my right thinkers who's starting to what? Oh, understand the 42 declaration of Maat compared to the 10 commandments that passed away. Y'all didn't make that up. It was already here. That's my point. I'm about to get some more for you. I'll be right back.